Hello everyone! Today, as part of GameMate Information Station's Horror Theme Month, we will be covering Rabbit Hole, a survival horror / action-adventure game, developed by the independent studio Blazes Games. The game was published on Steam for Microsoft Windows on September 10, 2022. This is the company's second title, succeeding their well-received The Story of Henry Bishop. For this playthrough, we played through the first half of the game, from the opening up until the beginning of the hospital section. Set in the titular town of Rabbit Hole, located somewhere in the United States, a man by the name of Shaun Turner, intent on visiting his ex-wife and daughter for the weekend, is shown imprisoned in a jail cell for unknown reasons. From here, he narrates on the events that transpired beforehand via flashbacks. As it turns out, almost the entire town of Rabbit Hole is infested with ghoulish shambling monstrosities, attacking anyone and everyone normal on sight. With the help of an unknown individual named Robbie, Shaun is given the chance to rescue his daughter and get her out of the dangers lurking in this not-so-quaint town. As he continues to go through Rabbit Hole, however, things begin taking a turn for the worse, and an ancient conspiracy surrounding the town is soon made evident. Notably, Rabbit Hole takes cues from other survival horror franchises, namely Silent Hill and Resident Evil. Specifically, it has a similar atmosphere and setting to the former, while using largely similar feeling gameplay to the latter, with the monsters themselves being a combination of undead and otherworldly creatures. This isn't a bad thing, as the game manages to act as both a homage to the two franchise giants and as well as do its own thing, which it does very well. In addition, Shaun himself takes some cues from a few other characters both in and out of the horror genre, with Ash from the Evil Dead franchise immediately coming to mind, with some uncanny resemblances to human Shrek. The end result is a great combination of well-placed horror, action, and to a lesser degree, comedy. When it comes to gameplay, Rabbit Hole feels surprisingly solid for its price. The guns feel punchy, the controls are reasonably solid, the movement speed isn't too bad, the horror is done well, and exploring the titular town feels generally off-putting and creepy. As with other similar titles, ammunition for your weapons is scarce, so exploring your surroundings is encouraged, and each area of the map may house an important clue or secret to it. The dodge mechanic allows one to evade enemy attacks when they get too close, though it's mainly useful when dealing with bosses and late-game enemies. While there's also a stealth mechanic that allows you to sneak up and kill enemies in one hit. It is a bit janky, with enemies being able to hear your movement most of the time, so you'll be forced to use your guns a lot. Much like in the Resident Evil and Half-Life games, the puzzles required to progress require a bit of thinking to them, as well as some trial and error. Fortunately, they aren't too frustrating and it doesn't hamper the pacing of the game. If you're a huge fan of games in the action-adventure and survival horror genre, or want to try a lower budget game that's worth every single bang for your buck, Rabbit Hole just might be worth considering. What other horror games do you want us to try out this October? Let us know in the comments section below. Until then, this is GameMate Information Station, signing off.